Sources tell our I-Team that state police are using overtime to cover the overnight shift at Logan. The issue isn't new. Massport officials said migrant families were sleeping in Logan in November.
The president and CEO of the Chicago Bears and our two teams have worked diligently.
Now, the migrants have told my contacts themselves that they're getting on buses and leaving during the day and coming back in the evening.
The area where they're being kept is under the guise of black curtains by the Bush Shuttle Center.
The airport's been a wonderful partner, and I really want to thank the folks at the airport for the tremendous job they've done, including members of the state police who are
at the Atlanta airport. Watch.
Escorted into this room. Those people in that room, though, they were waiting to be booked.
Hidden migrant room. All right, buckle up because we've got a scoop from the heart of the action, Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, the very epitome of constant motion and travel chaos. What's the buzz? A hidden room housing migrants. State Senator Colt Moore dropped this shocker after a tip-off from a whistleblower, and you bet he didn't let it slide. In a move that's straight out of an investigative thriller, Senator Moore took the bull by the horns. He didn't just sit on this explosive piece of information. He sent in a team armed with cameras to unveil the mystery shrouding the hidden migrant haven within the airport's confines. Can you picture it? Cameras rolling, tension in the air, and the click-clack of investigative shoes navigating uncharted territory. But here's where the plot thickens. It's not all smooth sailing when you're on the brink of exposing something as sensational as a covert migrant operation. The camera crew, marching towards truth and justice, collided headfirst with a group of volunteers. These volunteers, as it turns out, weren't exactly thrilled about becoming overnight reality stars. And so, the clash of intentions unfolded like a scene from a gripping documentary. Volunteers, staunch defenders of their cause, vehemently opposed being recorded, creating a maelstrom of conflicting interests. Imagine the drama. Raised voices echoing in the airport halls, passions flaring, and Senator Moore right in the eye of the storm, orchestrating this unexpected showdown. This isn't your typical airport commotion. It's a narrative teeming with layers of intrigue and a dash of rebellion. Senator Moore, armed with a whistleblower's tip, launches an expedition to illuminate the hidden corners of one of the busiest airports globally. As the camera team inches closer to the truth, the clash with volunteers injects an unexpected twist into the storyline, leaving us all hooked, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this unforeseen airport drama. In essence, what started as a mere tip has transformed into a high-stakes face-off, and we're all on the edge of our seats, eager to see how this airport saga unravels. Stay tuned, folks. The truth is out there, and Senator Moore is on a mission to bring it to the forefront, cameras and all.
The issue isn't new. Massport officials said migrant families were sleeping in Logan in November.
The president and CEO of the Chicago Bears and our two teams have worked diligently.
The bill denies eligibility for an alien who has been convicted of 3 or more offenses.
But we're running out of space. So where are these people going to go?
27 shelters, what I've built.
And he's saying that he has a list of counter demands for the Department of Homeland Security that they must meet by February 15th.
Senator Moore exposes situation. Buckle up, because Senator Colt Moore has just blown the lid off a hidden migrant situation at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, and it's causing quite the stir. Imagine, if you will, a clandestine scenario where migrants are quietly waiting for flights to destinations unknown right under the bustling facade of one of the world's busiest airports. Senator Moore, armed with insider information from a whistleblower, didn't hesitate to thrust this covert operation into the spotlight. It's a revelation that raises eyebrows and leaves us all wondering what other secrets might be lurking in the corners of our bustling travel hubs. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty. Moore spilled the beans on migrants, concealed in plain sight, awaiting their flights with a palpable sense of anticipation. It's a revelation that adds a layer of complexity to the seemingly routine comings and goings of everyday travel. The audacity of it all! Hidden in plain sight, yet obscured by the whirlwind of airport activity. But as with any captivating story, there's a twist. Enter the volunteers, the self-proclaimed guardians of documented travelers released from the clutches of ICE custody. A noble cause, you might think, but here's where the plot thickens. A clash of narratives unfolds, with Senator Moore's expose on one side and the volunteers' vehement assertion on the other. The heart of the matter lies in this clash of perspectives. While Moore aims to spotlight the undisclosed migrant situation, the volunteers stand firm in their claim of aiding those with proper documentation. The airport transforms into a battleground for these conflicting stories, with tension escalating as the two sides square off in a debate that transcends the usual airport chatter. As Moore's revelations continue to reverberate, the airport becomes a buzzing hive of discussions, debates, and raised eyebrows. The mystery of migrants quietly waiting for their flights intertwines with the volunteers' stance as protectors of documented travelers. It's a narrative still unfolding, leaving us all on the edge of our seats, eagerly anticipating the next chapter in this unexpected saga of airport politics. In essence, Senator Moore has not only exposed a hidden facet of airport life, but has also ignited a debate that challenges our perceptions of what occurs behind the scenes. The skies might be friendlier than we thought, but beneath our feet, the ground has become a stage for a drama that promises more twists and turns in the chapters to come. Stay tuned, because this unexpected revelation might just reshape how we view the dynamics of our bustling airports.
And if they do not act, this is going to continue to cause the type of chaos that the governor of Texas wants to do.
But the numbers are startling. Some estimate more than 100 folks.
In this country, we believe in second chances. When people turn their lives around, it benefits our country and our communities.
Sources tell our I-team that state police are using overtime to cover the overnight shift at Logan.
The record-breaking numbers here that we are just getting from Customs and Border Protection is showing what we have been reporting.
Volunteers at Atlanta Airport. The drama at Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is far from over. Senator Colton Moore's undercover escapade has now shifted the spotlight onto the Team Libertad volunteers, who find themselves under the harsh glare of scrutiny for their involvement in handling migrants within the airport's hidden chambers. The footage, captured by Moore's relentless camera team, unveils a surprising character in this unfolding saga: a U.S. service member standing guard over the room crammed with migrants. It's a revelation that adds a layer of complexity to the narrative, leaving us all wondering about the official involvement in this clandestine affair. As Moore's lens zooms in on the Team Libertad volunteers, the tension escalates. The volunteers, caught off guard by the unexpected exposure, confront Moore with an air of defiance. The confrontation unfolds in the airport's buzzing backdrop, with raised voices and pointed fingers, creating a scene that rivals any gripping reality TV moment. Here's the twist: the volunteers vehemently object to being recorded, adamantly asserting that filming is strictly forbidden. It's a clash of interests and ideals, with Moore, the self-appointed whistleblower, pitted against the volunteers who find themselves uncomfortably thrust into the limelight. The situation begs the question: what's the real story behind the volunteers and their involvement in handling migrants at the airport? Are they genuine Samaritans, working tirelessly to assist those in need? Or is there a darker underbelly to their activities?
The airport's been a wonderful partner, and I really want to thank the folks at the airport for the tremendous job they've done, including members of the state police.
This piece of video shows dozens of migrants lined up, sleeping on the floor of Terminal E at Logan Airport.
Under the current text, an alien convicted of a DUI can still get amnesty.
Last week, our camera captured dozens of families sleeping on the floor of Terminal E at Logan.
Can suggest to this bipartisan committee for smart, competitive immigration reform that will strengthen our national security.
Migrants behind Black Curtain. In a shocking revelation that sent ripples through the nation, O'Hare Airport in Chicago was exposed for concealing 433 migrants behind a foreboding black curtain. The date now etched in the annals of this unfolding saga, the incident sparked a public outcry over the alleged inhumane conditions faced by these individuals. As the clandestine footage emerged, it painted a distressing picture of families forced to sleep on the cold, unforgiving airport floor for up to 10 agonizing days. The makeshift encampment, hidden behind the ominous black curtain, became a symbol of the challenges faced by migrants seeking refuge, raising serious concerns about the treatment meted out to them. As the nation grapples with the aftermath of this disclosure, the date of this incident remains a timestamp in the ongoing narrative of migrant rights and the complexities surrounding their treatment. O'Hare Airport's black curtain has become a metaphor for the obscure challenges faced by those seeking a better life, forcing a collective reckoning with the humanitarian aspects of immigration policies.
The area where they're being kept is under the guise of black curtains by the Bush Shuttle Centre.
This after the state seized control of the park to arrest migrants and a Supreme Court ruling stating those federal agents can cut.
So we asked lawmakers, is there a coordinated effort to move the migrants during the day, and what does that cost?
They should be reclaiming my time. So, Mr. Chairman, I'd like 40 seconds.
I've seen my constituents die in battle.
80 families or 400 people, half of whom are reportedly children, living here at the airport.
Migrants sent to Democratic cities. In a bold and contentious move, Texas thrust itself into the center of the immigration debate by orchestrating the transportation of hundreds of thousands of migrants to Democratic-led cities. This calculated protest aimed to highlight discontent with federal border policies, but it quickly unfolded into a situation that overwhelmed the resources of the targeted municipalities. The repercussions of this political maneuver were acutely felt in Democratic-led cities, where local officials found themselves grappling with an unexpected influx of migrants. Among the leaders caught in the crossfire was Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, who, along with counterparts from other affected cities, swiftly appealed for federal aid to manage the surging numbers.
In Texas, State Attorney General Ken Paxton denying federal Border Patrol agents unrestricted access to Shelby Park.
Now, the migrants have told my contacts themselves that they're getting on buses and leaving during the day and coming back in the evening.
An alien can be convicted of multiple DUI offenses and still be eligible for amnesty under this reconciliation bill.
Is it to your benefit if you live in those areas where illegals are casting their vote for you? Politically, is it to your benefit?
Where the convictions were on different dates and the alien was imprisoned for collectively 90 days or more.
To get out, and once they get a little job or something that they can help their families.
The decision by Texas authorities to channel migrants towards cities governed by political rivals injected an additional layer of complexity into an already contentious issue. It became a high-stakes political gambit, with the practical implications of strained resources and logistical challenges taking a toll on the ground. The move, while drawing attention to the ongoing discord over immigration policies, also underscored the interplay between state and federal dynamics. The date of this orchestrated migration stands as a stark reminder of the political brinkmanship that can shape the lives of those at the heart of the immigration debate. As the affected mayors, including Mayor Brandon Johnson, sought federal assistance, the date associated with this event became a touchstone for discussions on the intersection of politics and humanitarian concerns. The impact of this maneuver went beyond ideological differences, revealing the tangible consequences on the ground and prompting a renewed call for comprehensive and collaborative solutions to the complex challenges of immigration.
And by the way, I've worked with China and Mexico to slow the flow of fentanyl in the United States. As I speak, it's way down.
So after the video this week showing migrants sleeping in the Boston's Logan Airport.
Early on and again in October to secure our borders.
Yes. Yeah. Transporting anybody anywhere?
Yeah, we're all getting them flights to where they need to be.
To flights all across the United States. We were also getting video of migrants who were just walking out onto the streets of Atlanta.
Yeah, so these are just recently documented travelers getting released from ICE, getting to where they need to be.
Inhumane conditions. Amid the bustling corridors of Chicago's O'Hare Airport, a concealed reality came to light, raising concerns and igniting a fervor over the treatment of 433 migrants hidden behind a foreboding black curtain. Dated within recent memory, the revelations exposed not only the physical conditions these individuals faced, but also the broader implications on local communities. The saga unfolded as video footage captured families, children, and individuals crammed together on the airport floor, a makeshift haven that became their temporary home for up to 10 days. The veil of the black curtain intended to shield their struggles inadvertently thrust their plight into the public eye, sparking widespread outrage over the apparent inhumanity they endured. Central to the narrative was the quality of life within the confines of the airport. Migrants, already grappling with the arduous journey in search of asylum, found themselves contending with substandard living conditions. Reports surfaced of insufficient access to nutritious food, leaving families to navigate the challenges of survival in an environment that seemed indifferent to their well-being. The date associated with these distressing scenes underscored the urgency of addressing the situation, not merely as a snapshot of a particular moment, but as a symptom of a broader systemic issue. It prompted a reckoning with the interconnected challenges of immigration policies, shelter capacity, and the societal impacts of surges in migration. Beyond the immediate humanitarian concerns, the O'Hare revelations cast a spotlight on the strain experienced by Chicago's shelter system. With existing facilities stretched to their limits,
My friends on the other side have done nothing with that. Over and over, I've asked for resources to step up action at the border.
Yeah, so these are just recently documented travelers getting released from ICE, getting to where they need to be.
Our whistleblower says they walk right out of the gates and then they're
questions arose about the potential repercussions on local economies. The plight of the migrants transcended individual stories to become a collective call for a more compassionate and sustainable approach to immigration and refugee policies. As the video footage circulated, capturing the attention of the nation, it became clear that the black curtain, intended as a had become a symbol of secrecy and neglect. The scenes at O'Hare Airport underscored the need for transparency in the treatment of migrants and the importance of fostering an environment that upholds the dignity of those seeking refuge. Simultaneously, the narrative expanded beyond the borders of Chicago, resonating with similar controversies in other parts of the country. It echoed a broader conversation about the treatment of migrants, prompting a collective reflection on the values and principles that should underpin a just and humane immigration system. The situation at O'Hare Airport became a catalyst for change, driving conversations about policy reform and the necessity of a comprehensive and compassionate approach to immigration. It served as a reminder that the treatment of migrants is not just a political issue, but a reflection of societal values, demanding a re-evaluation of how we approach the complex challenges posed by migration. In the aftermath of the revelations, the call for accountability, empathy, and reform reverberated, challenging communities, policymakers, and individuals to confront the uncomfortable truths laid bare by the scenes behind the black curtain at O'Hare Airport. Overcrowded shelters. Amidst the ongoing migrant crisis, cities across the U.S., particularly Chicago, find themselves grappling with the repercussions of overcrowded shelters and poor living conditions for those seeking refuge. The situation has prompted various mayors, including Mayor Eric Adams in New York, to implement measures aimed at managing the influx of migrants and mitigating the strain on local resources. In New York, Mayor Adams has taken the step of restricting the entry of migrant buses to specific times and designated drop-off points. This strategic move seeks to regulate the flow of migrants into the city, allowing for better coordination and resource allocation. While the intention is to address the immediate challenges posed by the crisis, it also raises questions about the broader impact on the daily lives of both migrants and residents. The decisions made by the city leaders in response to the migrant crisis reflect the delicate balance between compassion and the pragmatic management of resources. As mayors implement measures to regulate the entry of migrants, the potential consequences on the fabric of these cities becomes increasingly evident. The crisis calls for not only short-term interventions, but a comprehensive and collaborative approach that addresses the root causes of migration and seeks sustainable solutions.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly.
This is, I believe it's technically the third floor, but it appears as if it's the second floor in the domestic terminal.
Yes. Yeah.
Transporting anybody anywhere?
Yeah, we're all getting them flights to where they need to be.
In navigating these uncharted waters, the nation grapples with questions of identity, compassion, and resilience. The migrant crisis serves as a litmus test for the collective values that shape our response to those in need. As cities confront the challenges of overcrowded shelters and strained resources, the spotlight remains on finding humane and equitable solutions that uphold the dignity of every individual seeking refuge on American soil. Record number of migrants. The U.S.-Mexico border has become a focal point of concern as migrant encounters soar to a record high, reaching an unprecedented 300,000 in December 2023. This surge in migration has prompted a swift response from the Biden administration, which is grappling with the complex task of managing the influx while addressing the root causes of the crisis. One significant factor contributing to the surge is the prevalence of human smuggling operations. Desperate individuals seeking a better life in the U.S. often fall victim to these criminal networks, facing perilous journeys and exploitation. The Biden administration recognizes the urgency of disrupting these networks to ensure the safety of migrants and to curb the overwhelming flow of people at the border. Accelerating deportations has emerged as another strategy to manage the crisis. The administration acknowledges the need for an efficient and streamlined process to address those who do not qualify for asylum or other forms of legal entry. While deportation is a contentious issue, it reflects the administration's commitment to enforcing immigration laws and maintaining border security. Addressing root causes such as economic instability, violence, and lack of opportunities in migrants' countries of origin remains paramount. The administration's commitment to working with international partners to build regional stability underscores a broader, more collaborative approach to migration challenges.
1,000 apprehensions per day, which, by the way, holds a record for the most apprehensions in a month.
Well, just let me get a video if you don't.
Actually, you cannot get it.
There's cameras everywhere. Is this inside of the terminals or outside of the terminal?
As the U.S. grapples with this unprecedented situation, it raises questions about the nation's capacity to balance humanitarian values with the imperative of securing its borders. The responses to the record number of migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border underscore the complex and multifaceted nature of the issue, requiring a nuanced and comprehensive strategy to navigate these challenging waters. Biden administration faces criticism. The Biden administration finds itself under scrutiny and facing criticism over its handling of immigration as the border crisis escalates. Critics argue that President Biden's policies may inadvertently incentivize illegal immigration, adding fuel to an already contentious debate. One key point of contention revolves around accusations that the administration's approach is perceived as lenient, potentially encouraging individuals to attempt unauthorized entry into the U.S. Critics argue that a more robust and secure border strategy is necessary to dissuade illegal crossings and maintain the integrity of immigration processes.
Early on and again in October to secure our borders.
Captures new video showing migrants inside a hidden room because, airport's supposed to be one of the most secure locations.
As the situation unfolds, it becomes increasingly clear that addressing immigration-related issues requires not only domestic policy considerations, but also a delicate balance in managing international relationships. Criticism of the administration's approach emphasizes the need for a comprehensive and effective immigration strategy that aligns with broader national interests. Balancing humanitarian concerns, border security, and the rule of law presents a complex challenge that demands a nuanced and well-thought-out response. In navigating these critiques, the Biden administration must carefully evaluate its policies and communications to address concerns while maintaining its commitment to upholding American values. The evolving nature of the immigration debate underscores the need for adaptive governance and a willingness to engage in constructive dialogue to find sustainable solutions. Mayors request federal aid. City mayors across the U.S. are urgently seeking federal aid to manage the overwhelming influx of migrants, placing immense strain on local resources. The mayor's plea underscores the gravity of the situation and the need for a coordinated response at the national level. The unprecedented surge in migrants arriving in various cities has prompted mayors, including Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, to request immediate assistance from the federal government. The strain on essential services, housing, and infrastructure has reached a critical point, necessitating a swift and comprehensive intervention to safeguard the well-being of both migrants and local residents. As cities grapple with the challenges posed by the migrant influx, the Biden administration faces mounting pressure to address systemic issues within the asylum process.
No. You cannot get a video.
No, you're not allowed.
You're not allowed. You're done.
Escorted into this room. Those people in that room, though, they were waiting to be booked
at the Atlanta airport. Watch.
The date of these developments places them within the current time frame, emphasizing the ongoing nature of the challenges faced by cities and the broader implications for national immigration policies. As discussions unfold, the need for a multifaceted strategy that addresses both immediate resource shortages and long-term systemic issues remains paramount. That's all for this video, folks. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.